Hello friends, welcome to Technical Update. We are here to present one another application using Tinkercad online simulator using Arduino Uno board, ESP8266 Wi-Fi module, and this time we are using gas sensor MQ2 to determine smoke gas value present in the vicinity and transfer the value to ThinkSpeak server using ESP8266 Wi-Fi module. Also, we are displaying the values in LCD, and for critical smoke value, will glow the red LED and on the buzzer. If there is no smoke, the green LED will be on and a buzzer will be off. You can see in our previous videos to understand the serial communication between Arduino Uno board and ESP8266. This application will demonstrate the serial communication between Arduino Uno board and ESP8266 Wi-Fi module in a different way. So let's see the connections carefully. As you can see, first the Arduino and LCD connections are readily selected from the Arduino starter circuits, and then the LCD interfacing is also tested by running the simulation. Then you can get the Tinkercad thing and code from the link given in the description. The LCD selected is a 16 by 2 character LCD. Now, so the application is implemented, that is IoT based smoke alarm system using ESP8266 Wi-Fi module and MQ2 gas sensor. This entire system is implemented virtually using Tinkercad online simulator tool. Once again, we elaborate the major components are these. You can see from the connections as we are moving ahead. The major components are Arduino Uno board, ESP8266 Wi-Fi module, MQ2 gas sensor, 16 by 2 LCD, buzzer, green LED, red LED, breadboard, resistors, and connecting wires. The connection of ESP8266 with Arduino Uno board is very important. ESP8266 working voltage is 3.3 volt, as you can see from the connection that we are trying to perform here. As we are aware that ESP8266 is a low cost Wi-Fi enabled microcontroller module which comes with pre-programmed 80 commands set firmware. The RX pin of ESP8266 is connected to digital pin 9 of Arduino Uno via a voltage divider using resistors. The TX pin of 8266 is connected to digital pin 8 of Arduino Uno. In this example, the serial communication of Arduino Uno and ESP8266 is performed using digital pin 9 and 8 of Arduino Uno board instead of using the RX and TX default pin of Arduino Uno board. As you can see, we are trying to perform the connection of RX TX pins of ESP8266 module with Arduino Uno board to the 8 and 9 pin of Arduino Uno board. This connection is very important to understand. As you can see from the connection diagram, the connection or interfacing between Arduino Uno board and LCD is performed based upon the selection of the default starter kit, Arduino starter kit, that what are the pins that are defined in the program and what are the connections are done in between LCD and Arduino are default, and there's been no change done by us in this connection diagram. So while performing the connection in Tinkercad, you can directly select the LCD starter interfacing diagram with Arduino. Now here we are trying to perform the default interfacing connection. The connection between ESP8266 and Arduino is very important to perform. We need to be very careful in that. Now coming to MQ2 gas sensor. The MQ2 gas sensor, the default MQ2 gas sensor we have selected from the library of Tinkercad online simulator tool consists of 6 pins which are H pins, A pins and B pins. As you can see the connection, H pins out of 2 H pins, 1 pin is connected to supply and other is connected to ground. From A pins, the A and B pins are interchangeable. These pins are connected to supply voltage. B pins and A pins are interchangeable. Among B pins, one pin will act as output while other will be pulled to ground. Operating voltage of this sensor is 5 volt. This sensor can measure LPG, alcohol, propane, hydrogen, carbon monoxide and even methane present in the vicinity of this particular gas sensor. This sensor can be used as an analog sensor or a digital sensor. Here in our connection diagram, the output pin of MQ2 gas sensor is connected to analog pin A0 of Arduino Uno board, so the output is in terms of analog voltage values. You can see the connection that we have performed between the smoke sensor and Arduino Uno board. We need to be very careful while performing the connection, as already the connection and the lines of Arduino Uno board and LCD and ESP8266 are performed. Next we will select two LEDs. One is red LED and another one is green LED. The red LED is connected to pin number 7, that is digital pin number 7 of Arduino Uno board. Green LED is connected to pin number 6, that is digital pin number 6 of Arduino Uno board. The buzzer to alarm the high value of smoke is connected to digital pin 10 of Arduino Uno board. So if the smoke is nearby, buzzer will start to tone and red LED will glow and warning will be there. That is warning will be displayed on LCD and the smoke value is transferred to ThinkSpeak server using ESP8266 module. You can see the connection of red and green LED with Arduino Uno board. We can first check the buzzer by connecting it to supply voltage and ground. Then we can connect it to actual considering the actual programming of our application. The connection of this piezo buzzer is not very difficult. It is easy to perform. After seeing this, this simulation can work virtually, but if all the components are present physically, this entire system can also work fine physically if the components are physically present. So you can see while running the code also, the code and the hardware and the software will work fine and you can get the result. Once again, to explain, this is an IoT based smart smoke alarm system where not only we will have the audio visual system. Now coming to the code of this particular application or this particular program, as you can see, we are not using the block plus text programming. We are only using the text programming. The blocks that we have used in our earlier applications. Here we'll be only considering the text programming. Now we'll see the programming of this particular application. First of all, we need to use the LCD liquid crystal.h library file to work with the liquid crystal display. Next, we need to add the software serial library file. This library will allow us to use the TX and RX communication with the Arduino Uno board using the other pins, that is using the other digital pins, rather than only using the default TX and RX pins of Arduino Uno board. Next line will initialize the interfacing pins of LED, LCD connections. We have selected digital pin 8 and 9 of Arduino and RX and TX pins, which are connected to TX and RX pins of ESP8266 respectively. As we are scrolling down, you can see how the program is proceeding. We have also selected the variable to store smoke value and different Arduino pins, that is smoke sensor pin, red LED pin, green LED pin, buzzer pin, which are declared in the code. Then we have copied and pasted the right API key from the ThingSpeak server. The right API key is generated after creating the channel in ThingSpeak server. Now, in the setup function, we declared the LED pins and buzzer pin as the output pins, and because we'll give the output from these pins to LEDs and buzzer. Next, we also declared the smoke sensor pin as the input pin, as a smoke sensor pin, and as the input as the smoke sensor pin will take the input from the sensor and gas sensor, and it will give it to the Arduino Uno board. We'll also set the baud rate for serial communication and ESP8266 Wi-Fi module at 9600. So basically this setup function will set up the different pins of the connection and our ESP8266 module baud rate, so that we can work in the loop, and we can also call the function of ESP8266 module. We can see the different lines of codes are also given. The different lines of codes for LCD are also written to write the different messages on LCD. For example, we are also writing different lines of codes on LCD. As you can see from the different lines of code, we are writing a condition, if else condition, for the value of smoke, that is smoke present, or else if the smoke is not present. Okay, while writing this code, we'll also writing some of the commands using for the ESP8266 Wi-Fi module, something like the serial communication ESP8266 println command, which will set up the ESP8266 to see the version of ESP8266 Wi-Fi module. Some of the commands which are used in this code are AT plus CW MODE. CW mode is equal to 3. This command will set up ESP8266 module to access point and station mode, that is to work the ESP8266 module not only as an access point but also as an station mode. AT plus RST command will restart the ESP8266 module. AT plus CWJAP command will join the access point with SSID and SSID password, that is Wi-Fi name and Wi-Fi password that you enter into the code. AT plus CIFSR command will try to get the IP address of the ESP8266 module. This command will not work in this particular simulation because we don't have the physical ESP8266 module, but it will work fine if you have the actual physical component present. Next lines of codes will print the messages on LCD to display the connection of ESP8266 and with Wi-Fi module with SSID credential to ThinkSpeak server. Now, as we are scrolling down, up and down, so that you can see different lines of code and you can understand the code. Now in loop function, we read the value from the smoke sensor and then applied a condition that if the smoke value is greater than 30, then the red LED will glow and the buzzer will start to beep. If the value of smoke will also be displayed on LCD and will be displayed and buzzer will be on. We are using a map function to map the analog voltage smoke reading to 0 to 100. If smoke value is less than 30, then safe will be displayed, a message safe will be displayed on LCD and on serial monitor. Also, green light will be on and buzzer will not be turned on, it will be off. In the next lines of code, LCD will show the messages of sending data to ThinkSpeak server. So you can see while running the simulation, we can see the values and we can also see the data transfer that is performed between the ESP8266 module and ThinkSpeak server using the Wi-Fi credentials. Lastly, the loop function will initiate the most important function, that is the setup of ESP8266 module. The code will be provided in the link given in the description. We are also providing delay wherever it is required. The setup ESP8266 function accepts the SSID username and password, and a string command is created to initiate the TSP communication within the ThinkSpeak server with the IP address and port gives using the AT+EIP start command, which starts a connection with parameters as ID 0 to 4, connections type string TCP or UDP, address as string or remote IP, port string remote IP. We can also use hostname instead of IP address. So we are using the IP of the IP address of the host server. In this next, if it is to notice that we don't perform any action after starting TCP connection, then the connection will be automatically closed, let's say after 1 minute. Once the TCP connection is established between ESP8266 module and ThinkSpeak, we can send any data through this TSP connection using certain commands. Before sending data, we need to get the right API key from the ThinkSpeak server where we have created our channel. The get update command API key field value represents the smoke value. Thus, the string message is transferred from ESP8266 module to the host server. Here, AT+EIP send command sends the string packet with a specified length to ThinkSpeak server. The maximum length of packet that we can send is 2048 byte, which is maximum. The AT+EIP close command closes the TCP communication or UDP connection. We can look at the settings of creating or managing channel at ThinkSpeak server. So the code is easily understandable, and if the hardware components are present and if the connections are performed, the entire code can work fine for the physical components. Unfortunately, due to some security reasons, the Tinkercad.com online simulator tool has stopped this ESP8266 support library file, but we can perform and you can obtain this particular application from the link given in the description. You can see the running of this simulation, and you can also check the smoke present and smoke not present based upon the condition given in the code, that is smoke is present in the vicinity. Coming to the setting of ThingSpeak channel, we have to give the name of channel field, and we need to note down the write API key. We don't require the read API key in our program. We can also change the description, we can also change the name of the particular channel. The rest of the fields are not that important. Once you save the channel, the data will be saved for one particular field value, because we are saving only one value, that is smoke. So that statistics only will be able to monitor on the ThingSpeak server. One important thing to note down is ESP8266 module is not physically available here, and unfortunately tinkercad.com has stopped providing the block for ESP8266. We cannot get the values on ThingSpeak server, but this entire system and code will work fine for physical component, and we can also obtain the local IP address of the physical ESP8266 Wi-Fi module. We can also look at the pin configuration from different resources available online for the MQ2 gas sensor, the pin connection diagram, and a readily available MQ2 gas sensor module with different pin module description, their pin sensors, the features available, and all that. There are different manufacturers which can provide their MQ2 gas sensor. As we have mentioned that this MQ2 gas sensor can measure LPG, alcohol, propane, hydrogen, carbon monoxide. Now you can see the simulation. If the smoke is present in nearby vicinity, and if the value is greater than 30 smoke value, we can have the buzzer alarm tone, and if the value is less, then there will be no buzzer alarm tone, and the green light LED will glow. If smoke is present, the red LED light will be present. Similarly, we can also see the different messages that are displayed on the LCD, and the value of the smoke will be transferred to ThingSpeak server. We can see the value in serial monitor also. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe and share to watch more.